Super cop Don Johnson caught super exposed. No, not that Don Johnson, the Detroit Don Johnson. Nobody can accuse the Detroit Police Department these days of being anything less than transparent. After placing a call to the mayor's office, Inspector Don Johnson, commanding officer of the Homeland Security Division, was suspended with pay pending the results of an internal affairs investigation. Apparently, Johnson texted a female subordinate a snapshot of his Johnson. We're also told the female subordinate is married, but the photograph was found by her boyfriend, also a cop, and also her subordinate. Trying to get our hands around this one, we reached out to Johnson, but he's on a pre-planned vacation, which is a regrettable stroke of coincidence, seeing as the World Series is in town this weekend. So what in the world is going on in the Detroit Police Department? Remember earlier this month that Chief Ralph Godbee was forced to resign in a sex and text scandal of his own after a scorned female officer tweeted a photograph of herself with her lips wrapped around her service revolver. Godbee dispatched a group of undercover cops to track her down. Now, Godbee was in San Diego at the time attending a police convention. It was revealed that he was there canoodling with another woman who stayed in his room, which was paid for with money seized from Detroit drug dealers. In a limp defense, Godbee insisted the room had 2 beds and the 2 never commingled. But according to reservation documents obtained under the Freedom of Information Act, Godbee booked a room with only 1 bed. And according to city lawyers, Godbee has not turned in his receipts. In a tiny bit of synchronicity, it happens that Inspector Johnson made the trip to San Diego too. One can only imagine the late-night bar scene at that hotel. Hot dog! Now, this whole scene is more shabby than an 8-mile motel room rented by the hour, because this isn't even the second sex scandal to hit the Motor City this week. Consider Detroit Police Commander James Moore is also being investigated by Internal Affairs for punching a female officer outside a liquor store. One of 2 domestic incidents between the two in a 30-day period. Now, Moore says he's done nothing wrong and denies that he and the female officer are romantically involved. I mean, after all, the female officer lives at his Detroit home, sure, but Moore lives with his wife and children in the suburbs. Then consider that Third Circuit Court Judge Wade McCree was publicly reprimanded by the Michigan Supreme Court this week for texting a naked portrait of himself to a female bailiff.
Hot dog. Yep, that's me. No shame in my game.
Hot dog indeed. No wonder we can't catch or convict criminals in Detroit. Our public officials are obviously distracted, carrying on like they're at a cocktail party at Larry Flint's Pleasure Palace. Maybe it is time to put some shame in the game. I'm Charlie Duff. That's Off the Chain.